Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and today we are going to be discussing the interior of your self-published books. So I work through CreateSpace and I do all of it myself, as does my father on his books, as do many other people that go through this decision to self-publish and to use places like CreateSpace. Now, what that means is that instead of hiring a professional to format my book for me, I get finished typing, I get it all together, I edit it, then I edit it again, I let it sit for a little while, and then I go back through and do a review edit for, the first edit is for grammar and making sure everything's spelled correctly, I have all the correct names, etc. Then I let it sit for a little while. Then I come back and do another edit where I read through the story and make sure that the story flows, that I like it, that there are not any unnecessary parts, or that I didn't skip something that is actually a very necessary thing that just never got put in. And when I get done with that and I format it, typically I have it already formatted in the 6x9, which is this size. That I use with CreateSpace, or this size, it's the same size as it's just a smaller book. So it should already be in the 6x9, but if it's not, I make sure it's formatted that way. And I go through and make sure all the chapters start on a new page. I don't have any words that are going to be split or sentences that are going to be split very awkwardly. And then I send them to beta readers. Now, my beta readers are usually family and friends, which is normally frowned upon. However, my family and friends are very blunt and sarcastic and will tell you if you suck. So they're actually really good beta readers to have because they will let me know how it is right from the start. They don't pull punches. They'll tell me if it's too slow or if I skipped something. They will gleefully point out any grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes that I made. And, they work really well. Now, if one of you wants to be a beta reader for a new project that I work on, let me know down below and I'll discuss with you what kind of things you like to read. I'm currently working on a children's book. I'm getting ready to start the 5th book in the Stone Dragon saga. I'm also working on a new adult fantasy book. And I have a bunch of short stories that I'm going to be working on for contests and various and sundry other things, children's books, picture books, etc. So there's that. But typically I use beta readers in my family and friends section. I do not hire a professional editor. A lot of people say that, they do everything else and then they hire a professional editor. If you want to, that's great. I don't have the money. I am a single mother, and I live with my parents, and this year I'm substituting and working on writing, so I just don't have the money to hire a professional editor. However, my mother has a master's degree in education. My father is a professor of religion, but he has a alternative certification for elementary education, and I have a degree in elementary education, so I know enough to get myself in trouble, basically. But I have people to look at it. I also have several friends who are teachers, who are very well-read people who enjoy nitpicking things and who have really bad OCD. So what happens a lot of the time is that my beta readers also become partial editors. And not only do they tell me if the story flows correctly or if I need to change something here or there towards the storyline, they also tell me that I changed names for a character randomly and seemingly without cause in the middle of the story, which happened in the first book. They also tell me if I have grammar mistakes, spelling mistakes, sentences that don't sound right when you read them, etc. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, if you don't have the background that I've got or the support system of people that are just really OCD, then, go ahead, hire an editor. I'm sure that there are many freelance editors that you can find for decent prices. There are two different kinds of editors. There are editors that will look for grammar and spelling, etc. And then there are the editors that will do the beta reader job, basically, wherein they will read the story and tell you whether or not it makes sense and what pieces need to be fixed because they don't sound right or they don't fit right, or you need to add, subtract things, etc. So you'll have to find, normally you will have to find someone to do the line by line grammar and to do the story editing, which I forget what that's called. Typically it'll be two different people, and if it is not two different people, it will normally be two separate prices. So you need to be careful and make sure that you are staying within your budget for that as well. And once you have the editing done and the formatting, which will be normally 6x9, like I said, you upload it to the website, and you have to go back through and make sure that things like this are all on the right page and they're not separated out. And when you have lines like this that are underlined, that they're together and that you don't have random odd spaces between, because even if they look good on your computer screen for your word processor, when you upload it, random things happen for no good reason at all. So after everything you've already done, you got an editor, you got beta readers, you wrote the book, you format it, you make sure everything's perfect, and then after you upload, you have to go through it all again. You have to be very diligent. You have to be very diligent, very vigilant in order to make sure that everything comes together exactly how you want it to. Because if the interior of your book is not done correctly, then most people won't try to push through and read it, no matter how well done it is. No matter how great the book is, the formatting's off, things look weird, your editing's terrible, nobody's going to stick around for it. So make sure that you're very, very hard-nosed about getting that done. You take care of the editing, you take care of the formatting, and you go back and you redo anything that might possibly need tweaked in the preview before you put that baby out for sale. Now, next time we're going to be talking about writing a summary and a blurb that will make me want to read them. So until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Bye.